Welcome to this Wrestlepalooza review. And I'm not saying it that way because I am excited or I enjoyed the show. That's just how Cody Rhodes said it on SmackDown. And I thought it was actually kind of funny. So yeah, we're here for this Wrestlepalooza review. I'm gonna let you guys know right now, there will be an AEW All Out review coming. I'm just not gonna do them both at the same time because I do not feel like it. I do not want to do. And mainly, I don't want the video to be too long. I mainly don't want the videos to be too long. So I will be doing my All Out review immediately after I've done this review, but I'll be posting them maybe not at the same time, but maybe Wrestlepalooza I will post today, and then All Out I will post tomorrow, something along those lines. So we're going to talk about Wrestlepalooza first, and the show kicked off with Brock Lesnar and John Cena. Also, Triple H technically opened the show because he likes making everything about him. Because he can't just let the wrestlers welcome everyone to the show, he has to do it himself. It's a big deal because this is the first major streamed event on the ESPN, which obviously here in Australia, that's not a big deal because we can still watch it on Netflix. But to all the Americans, that becomes a problem because they have to pay $30, or is it $35? One of the two. But yeah, it's not that big of a deal for me, but in America, it is a bit of a deal. So Brock Lesnar and John Cena started off the show, and personally, it was just a one-sided squash. Like, John Cena, this whole match was built as the last time ever. Like, couldn't Brock Lesnar have killed to at least have a competitive match with somebody, instead of just being all like, yeah, I'm just gonna destroy this man? Man, I miss the times when Brock Lesnar used to have competitive matches. The WWE Vault channel recently uploaded the 60-minute Iron Man match that Brock Lesnar had with Kurt Angle. And I heard a lot of good things about that match. And people told me the same thing about Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart and their Iron Man match. Which, for me, I didn't really enjoy their Iron Man match very much. But I did like the Brock Lesnar-Kurt Angle one a lot more. Brock Lesnar is capable of having good matches, and even competitive matches with people. I just don't understand why it always has to be German, F5, call it a day. I just don't get it. Brock Lesnar is just, he shouldn't even be here. I really hope everybody is happy. I really hope everybody is happy that they got this match. To all the people that really wanted to see this match, I hope you're all happy and satisfied with what you guys got. But man, oh man, this John Cena retirement tour has been such a mild disappointment. It really has been. There's no way you can spin it. It's been terrible. The only good matches was Cena and Cody at SummerSlam. You could argue that Randy and Cena was good. You could argue Punk and Cena was good. And I think that's the problem. Cena only has good matches against big level superstars. And I know I've seen people say John Cena versus you know who. I'm not going to say that guy's name. Clash of Paris was great. But in my opinion, I didn't care for it. As long as Cena won, that's all that mattered. But, I didn't really care for that match either. But yeah, it's been a very big disappointment. They wasted 5 months of John Cena's career as a heel, and it felt, and again, it was something that the fans theorized could have possibly happened. But as the saying goes, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it and you might live to regret it. Because it reminded me of that one time when people wanted Jon Moxley to turn heel when Roman got leukemia. And he did. And then he did turn heel. And look at how it ended up. it turned out to be a real dud of a heel turn, and then they turned him back babyface, like about what? A month or two later? About a month or two later, just to reform the Shield and for his and then for his departure. So yeah, that heel turn was a colossal failure. And that's how I feel about Cena's heel turn as well. Like, it was a colossal failure. But yeah, John Cena's retirement tour has been very, very disappointing. And John Cena said it would be special. But if I'm going to be honest, it doesn't feel all that special to me. Does it feel special to you guys? Let me know down below. Yeah, so Brock Lesnar won. Nothing really I can really say. The Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, the Vision, took on the Usos! And this was a tag team match, and there was even weapons in this match. I guess LA Knight was just letting shit happen during the match. I guess LA Knight was just letting shit happen, and that's what he was doing. He was letting shit happen in this match. Even if there was like thousands of DQs, I guess he was just like, you know what, you guys can just do whatever the hell you want, because I'm the ref, I do whatever. So that was pretty funny. So that was pretty cool. And I'm also surprised that LA Knight actually gave the Vision the win, because I thought he would have wanted the Usos the win, considering he's a good guy. But nope, the Bron's got the win here, and I'm okay with this result. This is a result I can actually accept, because I felt like Breaker and Reed really needed this win. And Jesus Christ, can we please have the tag team titles on these guys? I actually am really growing to like this Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed tag team. Can we please have the tag team titles put on them? Because seriously, like, I can't even remember when they won them, because it's been so long. But seriously, when, like, the Judgment Day won the World Tag Team titles, and they've only defended them once in 80 days. Once in 80 days! Like, come on, man. Like, really? Like, why is it whenever the Judgment Day hold them, they just do nothing with the belts? At least when the War Raiders and the New Day had them, at least they were featured. At least they were actually featured. But whenever the titles are on the Judgment Day, they just never defend them. I just don't know why. I just don't know why Triple H has this obsession with giving the Judgment Day titles that they never defend. And besides, it's all about Dominic now. The Judgment Day is all about Dom now. So the tag titles really shouldn't even be with Finn Balor and JD McDonough anymore. Just have Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed take the damn belts on them. I'd rather them as the champions. I'd rather them as the tag team champions, because at least that way they can actually defend their titles against other tag teams, and they could actually have a really good run. So yeah, I agree with this outcome, giving the Brons the win over the Usos. And they also seem to be teasing the idea of LA Knight or Jey Uso turning heel, which, you know, oh boy, that's going to go down well with the audience, because, you know, both guys are incredibly popular, and both guys are very much over. Stephanie Vaquer versus Io Sky for the vacated Women's World Championship. Now, I had no doubt in my mind that these two ladies were going to put on a hell of a match. No doubt about it in my mind. When this match was made, I knew these two ladies were going to go out there and steal the show and have a great match. But to me, that's not the problem. You can go out there and deliver banger after banger after banger after banger. But as long as there's no story to captivate people, no storyline reason for this to happen, I feel like the fans will lose interest. But I feel like in today's society of Triple H fans just accept matches. They don't care about if things make sense, or if they don't care if there's a story. As long as the wrestlers are going out there delivering great matches, that's all they're going to be satisfied with. I feel like that's today's generation of wrestling fans now. All they want is good matches, just so then they can go home and be like, damn, that match was good. I'm going to rewatch it on YouTube. Doesn't matter if there was no great storyline involved in that match. It was an absolute banger. I feel like that's what today's wrestling fans are like. They just expect great matches, and even if there's no storyline involved. The real only story that was going into this whole thing was Asuka. You know, how she's bullying Io by telling her to stay away from Nikki Bella and Rhea Ripley. You know, remain loyal to her and Kyrie because they're friends, and stay away from Nikki Bella and Rhea Ripley, like they're not your friends or whatever. Like, that's the kind of thing that Asuka is doing. Like, that was and I guess even Stephanie back here. But, like, again, that was the whole story. That was the whole story building up to the Women's World Title match. Stay away from Rhea. Stay away from Nikki. Stay away from Stephanie. You're with me. You're my friend. You're my friend. You're Kyrie's friend. That was the whole story. And I feel like that's not good enough. Like, I feel like that's not good enough. Like, especially if Asuka wasn't going to be involved. Especially if Asuka wasn't going to be involved, which she wasn't. That's what the fans were expecting. That's what the fans were expecting to happen. They were expecting Asuka to get involved, but she didn't. No Asuka at all. Stephanie and Io just went out there to have an absolute great match. And the right person won. Stephanie back here got the win, and yeah, I've got no complaints. I was happy with this. I was happy with this outcome. I wanted Stephanie to win the title. I didn't want the title back on Io, because especially after how her last reign went. And again, that's not Io's fault. And I know that's not Io's fault, but that's the thing. Rhea had the same thing happen to her. She was always in segments, barely ever defending, and fans would call her a terrible champion. And people would call her a terrible champion, but then the same thing would happen to Liv Morgan. The same thing would happen to Io Sky and all those other people. Tiffany Stratton. It happens to everybody. Julia. It's happening to every other champion. Not just the women, also the men too. You become champion, and then all of a sudden you're just sitting backstage. You're either you're in backstage segments for months and months and months, and never defending your title. I feel like the only title they genuinely care about are the main ones, like the one that Seth and Cody hold. Like, and every other title means nothing to them. And every other title really means nothing. So Stephanie back here is now the champion, and I fear she's going to suffer the same fate. Just endless amount of backstage segments, never defending her title and all that stuff. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that. I would rather her defend her title against, Nikki Bella and Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez and Asuka and Kyrie and Rhea Ripley. Ivy Nile, if she ever gets back on TV. Like, that would be an interesting match. Like, I want Stephanie to defend her title against all the people on the roster. Like, hell, I'd even be down for AJ Lee and Stephanie back here in the future, if they ever want to do that. Hell, like, if Becky Lynch loses the IC title, I'd be down for Stephanie back here and Becky Lynch for the Women's World title. And hell, if they ever do a draft, which they probably won't, Alexa Bliss and Stephanie back here could be interesting. Charlotte versus Stephanie back here. There's just so many options. So many options for Stephanie to be as champion. But instead, they're probably just going to have her sit backstage, do nothing for months, focus on the Io and Rhea story with Asuka and Kyrie, and just completely forget that we even have a Women's World Champion. Because that is the Triple H Paul Levesque booking of the women's division. And now it's time for the match that I was mostly excited for. CM Punk and AJ Lee take on Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. The first thing I immediately groaned at was when I saw wrestling fans saying that this should have been a winner-takes-all match, and I groan whenever I hear the word, when I see the sentence, winner-takes-all, Because, my God, I'm so sick of those. I'm so sick of those. They've done 3 of them this year. They did one with Julia and Stephanie Vakir with the NXT belts. I believe they did one with JC Jane and Marsha Slamovich. And now they're doing it again with Obafemi and Trick Williams. Can we stop with these winner-takes-all matches, guys? I think we've seen enough of them. I think we've seen enough of these winner-takes-all matches. And we do not need that shit, okay? Especially for this match. Especially for AJ Lee's return match. She was not going to lose her return match. And I think that was the reason why people wanted it to be that way. So then that way AJ could lose. I don't know, but regardless, I'm so sick of them. I'm sick of seeing these matches now because WWE just has this weird obsession with doing them now. And they need to stop. So anyway, Punk and AJ Lee, man, she's still got it, man. It's almost like she never left. Easily one of the... Outside of Mercedes, because I really did compare Mercedes as selling... I personally didn't, but I never on YouTube, never on my channel I ever compared her selling. But to me, Mercedes' selling was very similar to AJ Lee. How she would really sell every move and make them look like very devastating and impactful. And that's AJ Lee's selling. AJ Lee likes to make everything look like she got shot with a bullet. You know, her selling is just undeniable. Like, no one can sell better than AJ Lee. There's no better seller than AJ Lee in professional wrestling. If you want someone to make you look good, just call the queen of selling, AJ Lee. She'll definitely make you look she'll make you look strong. As I call her, the queen of selling, because that's exactly what AJ is. So ultimately, in the end, AJ Lee taps out the man, Becky Lynch, to the Black Widow. Now, obviously, I think that was the obvious ending everyone was expecting. But AJ Lee gets the submission win on Becky Lynch, taps her out to the Black Widow. Nice to see the Black Widow back. Really cool to see that move again. Although I've seen so many other wrestlers do it as well. Like, I think Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez and Asuka have all done it before. But it's nice to see the originator doing it again. So I'm guessing this is going to lead to AJ Lee and Becky Lynch probably in Perth, Australia. Man, how disappointing is that? How disappointing is it that if this match actually happens in Australia, I'm going to be so darn devastated. I'm going to be so darn devastated that I could have gone to these events. I could have gone to this event and seen AJ Lee live. How darn disappointing it is if that ends up being the case. But ultimately, AJ would probably lose to Becky. This will probably be where she will lose to Becky, because I just can't see AJ just coming back and then they just make her champion immediately. I can't see it. I refuse to believe Triple H is just going to let AJ skip on her way back to WWE after 10 years and say, here you go, we'll give you a title. There's no way. There's no way Triple H is just going to give AJ a title months, just immediately after coming back. I do not believe it. I do not believe it for a second. I truly believe Becky will most likely retain when they do eventually do fight for the title. I just can't see it. I just can't see Triple H just giving AJ a title the moment she comes back. So our main event is Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. God, I hate that now. At first it was fine when they did it for Cody, but now they just sing everybody's name. Dirty Dom, Dirty Dom, Roman Reigns. Like, something that the international crowd do that start off that sounds cool, but then the American fans have to overdo it by just singing it all the time with everybody else. Like, seriously, like the fans ruin fun. Something that that could be fun, but then it ends up becoming annoying. I now really hate that singing a wrestler's name now, because they just overdo it so much. Now. It's almost like every wrestler deserves one now. It's almost like every wrestler deserves to have their name sung for some weird ass reason. So Cody Rhodes would ultimately defeat Drew McIntyre. Hey guys, I thought Randy Orton was supposed to turn heel and RKO Cody, and that was going to lead into Drew McIntyre finally becoming champion. Everyone swore to me that was going to happen. Everyone swore that was the reason why they made this match the main event. Everyone was like, that's the reason why this match was main eventing, because Randy Orton was going to turn heel. Guys, I think it's time for you guys to accept that Randy's probably not going to ever turn heel. The guy is way too respected now. The guy is way too respected now to get booed. I don't think Randy will get booed anymore. He's way too respected. And besides, the fans sing his theme song. I don't think a heel will have, like, the fans singing a heel's theme song. Apparently, I've been hearing, now I don't watch NXT to know, but apparently people sing Mariah May's theme. Her NXT theme. Because apparently it's so good that people start singing it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll strip that away from her eventually. No, you're a heel. People aren't supposed to sing your song. We'll change your song and make it unsingable. It was the same thing they did to Shinsuke Nakamura once. Because people liked his song so much, they had to change it because they didn't want people singing it anymore. Make it unsingable. So anyway, Cody would retain. And then they announced that Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins will fight for the Crown Jewel title. Why is that still a thing? Like, this is taking place in Australia, not Saudi Arabia. This is taking place in Australia, not Saudi Arabia. Why does Australia need to suffer through this Saudi Arabian shit? But Patrick, it's called the Crown Jewel Championship. Yes, but it was designed for Saudi. It was designed for Saudi Arabia. Keep that shit in Saudi, please. Keep that shit in Saudi. So most likely we're gonna be getting Cody and Seth and Tiffany Stratton and Stephanie Bakir. Well, I guess that is unless Tiffany retains against Jade Cargill and Nia Jackson, that triple threat match. But I think she will, because it's always going to be Tiffy time. I don't think Tiffany Stratton will lose that title until... I honestly don't think she's ever... I don't think she will eventually lose it, but I just don't think it's going to happen now. I genuinely think she probably might go through the rest of the year as champion. But, so yeah, guys, that's my Wrestlepalooza review. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. What did you think of the show? And I will see you all next time.